Jussie Smollett is back in the news, and not for any good reasons, and that's pretty much standard practice for Jussie. Jussie, if you're not familiar, was he was charged, and then the charges dropped a year ago for faking a crime, a hate crime, in Chicago. He claimed that white men shouting, "This is a MAGA country," in Chicago, when he went out for a Subway sandwich at 2 o'clock in the morning, beat him up, poured bleach on him, and wrapped a noose around his neck while calling him faggot and nigger. So it quickly unraveled his story and exposed him for the fake that he is. Now, Jussie Smollett is gay. He's openly gay. I'm sure that's fine. I'm sure that he's well accepted. He was a TV star on a really hit show, Empire, until he ruined it. So he said that they were targeting him with racial slurs and homophobic slurs, and they beat the hell out of him, and he invented this whole thing. Now, they brought charges to Jussie Smollett for faking the crime. That prosecutor dropped the charges, apparently friends of Michelle Obama's. That's only what I heard. I'm just reporting what I heard. But he's back in the news, and Google has ordered all of Jussie Smollett's information to be shared with the court. They've ordered 1 year of search history of locate. I mean, Google already knows everything about us, right? Facebook can predict when you're going to go to the bathroom. Facebook can predict if you're in a certain area, a town at a certain time of day, where you're going to eat lunch. Like, seriously. So you know what? I want Jussie Smollett to rot in hell more than the next guy. Oh, sorry, Siri. Sorry, am I bothering you, Siri? Fucking Siri. You know, Apple is making me sick. I think it's actually making me ill. I can hardly text anymore. These fat digits, and I changed my phone to something that was a little bit smaller, and I cannot text anymore. Siri doesn't understand any English. Apparently she's sleeping now. Sorry to interrupt this broadcast. Jussie Smollett Google has been ordered to send all the data to the court. 1 year of information. This is frightening to me. You know, I am not protective of my data. I said to a friend of mine who's quite knowledgeable the other day, I don't care if Google knows what I search. I don't care. I don't really care if I die and somebody comes in and sees I don't look at things that are that bad that I need to be ashamed of it. Not at all. But he said to me, "No, Jimmy, you don't get it. It's not about them having the information and being Big Brother. It's about, if you want my information, pay me for it. You're not getting it free." Unfortunately, they are getting all our information, and we're not getting a dime. You want my information? Pay me. So I've gone over to DuckDuckGo. I use that as a browser now. Apparently, it's more secure, and it doesn't leave a footprint on Google as far as your search history. I don't know. I just started using it. A Cook County judge has ordered Google to turn over Jussie Smollett's emails, photos, location data, and private messages for an entire year. Wow. This is Big Brother. This is 1984, and it's coming to you. Wow. As part of the special prosecutor's investigation into the purported attack on the actor. Now, the actor was not attacked. The actor made up the attack. 2 sweeping search warrants obtained by the Chicago Tribune, this is a Chicago Tribune story that I'm reading you here, provide the first public glimpse at the direction of the probe by Special Prosecutor Dan Webb more than 4 months into the investigation. The warrants filed last month in circuit court sought a trove of documentation from Smollett and his manager's Google accounts, not just email, but also, it says emails. Email is plural, is it not? You don't go to the mailbox to see if you have any mails. You go to see if you have any mail. You don't go to your computer and check your email to see if you have any emails. But also drafted and deleted messages, any files in their Google Drive, cloud storage service, any Google voice text, calls and contacts, search and web browsing history, and location data. Can you believe this? I want this pig to rot in hell. When I say pig, I mean juicy. He's a juicy pig. Investigators sought a full year's data from November 2018 to November 2019, even though the key events in the controversy took place between January and late March 2019. Getting spooked out yet? Authorities could be looking for any incriminating remarks from Smollett or his manager, especially in the months after State Attorney Kim Foxx's office abruptly dismissed disorderly conduct charges against the then Empire actor just weeks after his indictment. Smollett, who is African-American and openly gay, has declared the dismissal a vindication of his claims that he was the victim of a racist and homophobic attack. Listen, you fucking punk. You fake fucking... Ooh, I almost said something. You know, when I slander people, when I call them names, I have a few choice names that come to mind right off the bat, and they're not nice. I don't like being called them, but that's why we use them. Now, you can't get racial anymore, even though, man, when we used to run around in the schoolyard, man, everything was racial, and it was digging, it was loving, teasing, it was like, I'm really getting off topic here. The mysterious reversal by Fox's office, coming after Fox herself stepped aside from overseeing the prosecution, sparked a public outcry that ultimately led Judge Michael Tuman to appoint Webb as a special prosecutor in late August. Tuman signed off the search warrants on December 6th, the records show. In doing so, the judge ordered Google and its representatives, agents, and employees not to disclose his order to turn over the records, saying doing so may jeopardize an ongoing criminal investigation. So how do we know about it? It was unclear from the Google file if Google has handed over the data on Smollett, and his manager, a Google spokesman, said he could not comment on specific requests for records from law enforcement. Tuman gave Webb a broad mandate to investigate all aspects of the case, not only as in its initial handling by Fox's office, but also whether to criminally charge Smollett again. I hope he gets charged again. I hope he gets convicted. I hope he goes to jail and does real unprotected time. And then I hope he is treated like a fucking pincushion. You commit the crime. You do the time, you dirty fucking bastard. Oh, wow. That's not very nice. I'm going to get demonetized for this, so give the comments down below if there's anything you want to comment on. Yeah, I'm a little passionate. Yeah, I could check myself a little bit. My hate does run a little rampant sometimes. Comment below if you find it interesting. Also, if you think someone else can benefit from the information contained in this video, like, share, comment, subscribe, and you can find me on pretty much any social media platform. Just use the platformname.com/Jim Fannon, and you'll find me.